Okay, welcome, welcome. Let's lie down on our backs, always a good start. And let the knees rest together and send the feet out to the edges of the mat. Lie down, arms on the ground if you can, and the palms are facing up, okay? So let's just arrive, become aware of our bodies and our mind and our breath. And let's take a lovely big breath in together. Open the mouth and exhale, weighting the body into the floor. So again, let's do that one more time. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So while we're laying here in a nice, relaxed, comfortable position, just feel the floor connecting to your body. Feel the floor underneath the soles of your feet, your hips, your back, the entire spine. And subtly just tuck the chin very gently in towards the chest so it lengthens the back of the neck. And then we can feel the back of the head on the ground. And of course, our shoulders, our arms, elbows, forearms, wrists and hands. And let's just relax, allow your body to be supported by the ground. And let's just take a moment to observe our breath. Maybe a chance to set an intention for your class, whatever that means to you. And just really relaxing into the floor. Maybe swallow a couple of times, maybe lick the lips, and just allow yourself to be still with your own breath. And do a body scan and release anything we may be holding on to that we don't need at the moment. So really becoming aware of our bodies and our breath and our mind, and combining all of those together. Slowing down the breath, softening on the exhale and becoming really weighty into the floor. Lovely. Okay, let's separate the knees and place the soles of the feet together and let the knees just float down towards the ground. No pushing, no forcing, just let them sit there. If you need anything underneath, like blankets or cushions to support the knees, then do that. If that's uncomfortable, just keep the feet under the knees. So coming into our angle pose with our legs. And then let's make a diamond shape with our fingers as well. So we've got diamond in our leg, diamond shape. Just have your hands, rest them down on your belly, just underneath your belly button. Elbows to the ground. And really settling in and settle down. And we're going to do some nice kind of wave breathing today. And what I mean by that is we're going to breathe through the nose, take the breath down into the belly, through to the sacrum, so the bottom of the spine, and then we're going to exhale the breath up the back and out through the nose. So let's give it a go. Everybody exhale. And so inhale through the nose, into the belly, through into the base of the spine, and then exhale that breath up the back, up the neck, and then through the nose. So inhale through the nose, into the belly, into the sacrum, and then exhale nice and slow up the back body, up the back of the neck, and then through the nose. Inhale through the nose, lungs, belly, sacrum. Exhale all the way up the spine, the back of the neck, and out through the nose. Try and soften the face if you can. So inhale through the nose into the lungs, the belly, the sacrum. Exhale all the way up the back, nice and slowly up the spine, back of the neck, and through the nose. So a couple more. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Okay, just one more natural breath of yours. Any tempo. And return back to your natural breathing. Let's assist the knees very gently together and then bring them up towards the chest. So each knee in each palm. Side rock and roll. And then we come into 3 big circles, keeping the knees together this time. So circling round, up and down. And then we'll go the other way. Nice mindful circles, feeling it in the body, warming up the hips and the spine. And coming back to center, separate the knees and make 3 smaller circles. So the knees come out to the side, up, together and down. So we do 3 one way and then the other. Lovely. And when you finish, lay the left foot down onto the ground, the sole onto the ground, raise the right foot in the air, cross it over the left leg and send the knees over to the left side. No forcing, just let them fall naturally where they want to fall. You'll notice as you breathe now, it's slightly different in the abdomen. Breathing into the side body a bit more, baby, and into the right rib cage. So we settle in just for one more breath, in and out, nice long exhale. And then breathe up to the center, and we change legs. So the right sole comes down, left leg in the air, cross the right leg, and then we go over to the right side this time. Gently let the knees fall naturally. Breathing into the belly, side body, and the rib cage. Nice slow exhale. So one more breath. And on the next inhale, come up to center. And we're just going to swipe the legs rather, right and left. Little bit of free movement here. And as we're doing that, coming up onto our elbows, still swaying the knees, left and right. And then coming up onto our hands, still swaying the knees, coming up on our sitting bones a little bit. Lovely. And then we cross the legs, roll over onto our knees, coming into all fours. So on hands and knees, evenly spread fingers, knees underneath the hips, press into the palms and take a breath in and drop the belly, look forward, tailbone up, space between the ears and the shoulders. Exhale, suck the belly in and then send the spine up to the sky, pressing into the feet and the hands and drop the head. Inhale, belly down, look forward. Exhale, navel to spine and spine to ceiling, rounding the back, pressing the floor away. Inhaling, belly down, look forward, tailbone up. Exhale, suck the belly in, navel to spine, spine to ceiling. So let's come back into our tabletop and tuck the right toes under and send that heel away. So slide the foot away from you and press into the heel. So you get that lovely opening of the calf, a little bit into the hamstring. Lovely. Then raise the foot up a little bit so it's the same height as your back. Try and keep your pelvis nice and balanced. Then send the foot up, so bend the leg so the foot's facing up to the sky. Now bring the knee forward and then begin to rotate the knee out to the side and back down. So we're doing 3 circles one way. So bring the knee forward, out to the side and back round. So evenly spreading the weight on both hands and the left knee. Try and engage your core a little bit. So when you've done 3 that way, go 3 the other way. So circle around. You really get used to it. Do this a couple of times. You get used to that balance. The core keeps you nice and stable. So we've done 6 circles now. Take the foot back out into our tiger tail and then arch the back up, press into the hands and bring the foot forward in between the hands. Take a breath in here and then lunge forward. So into our crescent lunge. Lovely. So take a breath, come back up to center. Chest forward, maybe on fingertips, and then exhale, press forward. We'll come back up, inhale, up to the center, chest forward, look forward, exhale, lunge forward. Feeling a lovely compression in the front, the hip and the hip flexor at the back. So left hand comes down, lifting the right hand up into our side twist. So look up to the sky if you can. Option to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. So we kind of like runner's lunge with a twist. Pressing into the left hand, engaging your core. One more breath. Lovely. Lower the knee if it's not already. And then the hand comes inside of the right foot and shimmy the toes out. So you've got a nice slight diagonal pose here. So we're now into our lizard pose. So if you want, you can lift the back knee again. So you've got that lovely opening here. Lovely. Just the chest comes forward. So one more breath here. Engaging your core, giving yourself stability. And then let's lower that knee. Place the right hand on the inside of the knee and assist that knee out to the side and look up if you can to the sky. So I'll just show you from here. So the toes are out a little bit. We're pressing into that knee here and we're turning up and looking up if we can. You can really feel that opening into the hip flexor, the adductors. Then returning back down, so the right hand still inside of the right foot, forearm close to the lower leg. And we do 3 circles. Now the back knee is down. There is an option to pick the knee up. It makes it a little bit stronger. It's up to you. It's your practice. And then let's circle the other way, trying to keep the forearm and the lower leg together. Nice. Now let's swap the hand and the foot over and we slide back into tabletop. So you should feel a lot of blood rushing through that hip flexor. Now we do the other side. So tuck the left toes and slide the left foot out, pressing the heel away. Engage your core a little bit, sort of drop your lower leg, ribs up and in. And then lift that foot off the ground. So we've got a nice straight leg out the side. Lovely. Bend the knee and send the foot, so the foot is facing the sky. Lovely. So we're coming into our circles. So knee Forward first, out to the side and to the back. Pressing into both hands. Engaging your core, giving you balance. Your body will probably want to move. Every part of your body want to move. If you can, try and practice stabilizing and just moving the hip. It's quite hard. It takes a lot of practice. Let's go the other way. Really warming up that hip socket. And then send that tail back up. Arch the back and send the foot through. Lovely. Take a breath here and then exhale into our crescent lunge, chest forward. Inhale back up a little bit. Exhale, lunge forward. Inhale back up. And exhale forward. Come back up to the center, right hand down. Let's raise that left arm up into the air to a nice side twist. Option to lift the back knee. It's just an option, depending on how you feel today. One more breath. Then lower the knee and then the hand comes inside of the left foot and just swish the toes out a little bit. Again, lift that back knee if you can. Look forward. A couple of breaths. Pressing the floor away a little bit, engaging your core, feeling that lovely opening of the back right hip flexor. Then lowering that knee, taking the left palm to the inside of the left knee and assisting that away from you and look over your shoulder or up to the sky, whatever feels comfortable for you. Engaging your core. One more breath. Lovely. Then place the hand down inside of the foot, and we'll begin our 3 circles one way and then the other. So you may want to lift the back knee, whatever you choose today, keeping the core activated. So this is some deep stretches already. Lovely, come back to the center, swap the hand and the foot, and then slide back into your tabletop, knees together, and then activated Virabhadrasana, child pose, activated arms. So sliding the hands out, fingertips, and bringing the forehead down. Really press into the mat with your fingertips or your palms, it's your choice. And breathe into the entire body. Lovely. Okay. So when you're ready, let's come back into your tabletop and tuck the toes. Send the hands out just a little bit in front of you. Take a breath in and then exhale, send the hips back towards the heels, forehead down. Inhale, back up to tabletop and exhale, lift the hips into downward facing dog, really bent legs. Exhale, knees come down. Inhale here. Exhale, send the hips to the heels. Inhale into tabletop. And exhale into downward dog. Inhale into tabletop. And exhale into child pose. So inhale into tabletop. And then exhale into downward dog. Okay, so let's take some movement here. So bend one leg and then the other. Pressing the palms into the mat, especially the 4 fingertip and the thumb. Nice long flat back if you can, and bend your legs, okay? If you're struggling and you've got an arch back, bend the legs and then send the hips up and back. So really, it doesn't matter if your legs aren't straight and you're aiming to get the heel towards the ground. It's not essential, it's just an aim. Okay, so let's bring that left foot forward a little bit and raise the right foot into the air. So really stretching that heel up, point the toe, and then the heel, sending the heel away, point the toe, and then send the heel. Now bend the leg and stack the hips, so send it over the outside. So we're doing a three-legged dog. Try and keep your equal weight into both hands. Keeping the hips nice and stacked, pressing into your hands. And on the next breath, straighten up and send that right foot through in between the hands. Rotate that left heel down and windmill up into warrior two. The warrior two here. Now this is a great way of opening the hips. So we open the knees a little bit, send that knee in line with the hip if you can. Try not to dip it in. Send the weight down and imagine your inner thighs squeezing together as we push down into both feet. Lovely. So we're nicely stacked up in the middle here. Heart over pelvis. And the arms come out. Lovely. Take a breath in here. Turn the front hand up and exhale into peaceful warrior. Letting the arm come over the face and send the elbow to the bent knee and raise the left hand up into extended side angle. Again, rotating the arm over the face, lifting into reverse warrior, arm over the face, back into extended side angle. So we've got one more of those. Try and combine your breath. Lovely. And then the last extended side angle. Pick up the back toe heel, pivot on the toes and bring the hands to frame the front foot. Slide that front foot into plank. This is our first plank. So press the floor away, open up the shoulder blades and send the heels back. Engage the core, send the navel towards the spine and then release the knees down and the toes. Keep the elbows close and send the chest and the chin all the way down and inhale into low cobra, pushing the feet into the ground, lifting the shoulders and softening down. So let's press into downward facing dog. Nice and slow. Bit of piddling here. So bending one leg and then the other. Nice flat back. So bring that right foot forward very slightly and then lift the left foot into the air. Send that heel away. Point the toe and then repeat that a couple of times. Your standing leg heel may not be on the ground, that's fine. You might want to keep the leg bent if it's too much. Now bend the left leg and then stack the hips. This is a great hip opener. And then press the hands into the ground. We'll just take a couple of breaths here. Breathing into that hip. And come back up to the center. Point the toe, then bend the knee and step it through so the hand comes in between the foot comes in between the hands. We're going to pivot that right heel down, press into both feet and gently windmill up into warrior two. So I'll come and face you. So we're back into our warrior two. And let's just check our structure here. So make sure we're not dipping the knee in, we're slightly out, pressing into both feet at the same time, drawing the inner thighs in. Get a really strong foundation. The edge of the right foot, try and anchor that in, and the sole of the left really grounded. Breathing the arms up. Turn the left palm up and come into our reverse warrior. Sliding past the face, elbow to knee, lifting the right arm all the way over into extended side angle. Again, arm over the face, lifting into reverse warrior. Exhaling down into your triangle, extended side angle. Inhaling up, reverse warrior. Exhaling, extended side angle. Lovely, everyone. Okay, so pick up the right heel, pivot on the right toes, and frame the foot. Lovely. Slide back into a plank. Nice strong foundation, evenly spread fingers, especially the forefinger tip. Separate the shoulder blades, pressing the heels away. Inhaling, don't forget to breathe. Exhaling the knees down, release the toes. Tucking elbows close, chest and chin down, and inhaling into cobra. Sliding the shoulder blades down, feet into the ground, soften back down. Now come up onto tabletop, big toes together, knees to the edges of the mat, and gently walk a little back into wide leg, that child pose. Head comes down, forehead meets the mat. You can either relax your arms down or activate the fingers, but I would suggest just really coming in, maybe crossing the hands over one another and resting back. Breathing into the body, calming the breath. If this is too much for your lower back, then bring the knees back in and come down again. Lovely, everyone. And just take a little rest here. Nice. So one more breath. And then let's make our way up into tabletop. So bring the knees underneath the hips, parallel the feet, send the hands out a little bit, and we'll push up into downward facing dog. Very briefly, a little bit of movement with the legs, paddling away, and then gently keep on walking your own time, take your time, all the way to the top of your mat into your forward fold. Legs are bent still, and just let the head hang down nice and heavy. Exhaling and softening the body down. It's always good to use your pelvic floor a little bit here. Just engage that, pulling it in a little, maybe activating the core. Give your back some support. Now let's take each elbow and gently sway left to right, side to side, nice and slow, remembering to keep the head heavy. Lovely. Then we come to the center, let the hands come down to the mat, tuck the chin in, put your focus into the soles of your feet, so root them down. Begin to tuck the tailbone, chin to chest, and slowly take your time, come up into mountain pose, Tandasana. So mountain pose, stacking head over heart, heart over pelvis. The feet are hip width apart, and the palm of your hands are facing forward. Now, if you're comfortable, close your eyes or have a soft gaze. And let's stabilize, let's reset here. Pulling the energy up through the ground, through your feet, through your legs, through the entire body, and out through the crown, connecting heaven and earth. Softening those shoulders down. Just being, just feeling present. You're probably going to slight bit of moving, a little gentle sway, that's fine. The body's just adjusting. Okay, so calming the breath down. Lovely. So, excuse me. So now put the hands on the waist. Transfer the weight to your left foot, and let's bring the right knee up. Activate that foot, so get a nice balance. Fix your gaze. And gently send the foot back. Briefly, sort of coming into warrior three almost. Maybe you want to point your toe now, and then gently bring that foot down and pivot that heel down and round. So we're in kind of like a warrior two. Then we're going to turn the left toes in and take the heels out to the side. Lovely. So they're slightly pigeon-footed. Lifting the chest up, take a nice breath in, lifting up, slight mini back bend, and then exhale, coming forward. Nice and slow, get to halfway, or where you think halfway is. And the neck obviously is an extension from the spine, so try and keep it nice and long. Take a breath here. If you need to bend the knees, and continue to bring your crown of your head down towards the floor. It's just an aim. So gently placing the hands down onto the ground. Do a little adjustment maybe. You might want to lengthen your stance and gently bring the head down. So again, upside down is always good. Blood to the head. Take a few breaths here. It doesn't matter if you can't get the crown down towards the ground. It's just if you can get that upside down feeling, getting the blood rushing into the head, that's great news. Gently, gently go up to your edge, come back a little bit. It's meant to feel good, no discomfort. You may get a little bit of shaking, that's fine. Gently breathing up to halfway again, and let's walk the hands out in front of us, fingertips. Again, bend the legs if you need to, and send the head between the arms. So we've got a wide leg, down dog on our fingertips. If you want to place the palms down, then go for it. Let's breathe into this pose, really soften the body. Again, comfort, go to your edge and then come back a little bit and soften. So a couple more breaths. Maybe gently bend the legs and tilt the tailbone up to the sky if you can. And then walk the hands towards the center, just under your face. And then continue to walk your hands round to your right leg, pivoting on your toes as you go, framing the front foot, and then slide that foot back into plank. Taking a breath here, sending the heels away, separating the shoulder blades. Exhale the knees down, release the toes, send the chest and the chin down, and inhale into cobra. So press the feet down, shoulder blades down the back, lifting up, and soften down. So tuck the toes. Make your way to downward facing dog. So again, bit of movement. It doesn't have to be rigid. Bit of pedaling. And we're gently walking, very slowly, taking our time, our feet towards our hands. Again, coming into forward fold. Letting that head just go. Breathing into the entire body, keeping the legs bent if necessary. Softening. Again, transfer your mind into the soles of your feet, root them down. Begin to tuck the pelvis under, chin to chest, and rolling up back into our Tadasana mountain pose. So we're stacked up nicely again, head over heart over pelvis, feet hip width apart, palms facing towards front. Exhaling, let those shoulder blades slide down and soften, and then pull up through the crown, nice long back. Okay, so we transfer the weight into the right foot, and we lift the left knee up. Hands on waist if that's good for you, or if you need to balance, hands out to the side. Activate the foot. Now let's slowly take that foot behind you, briefly coming into warrior 3 before taking the back foot down to the ground, pivot the heel down and turn the right toes forward this time. Lovely. Heels out, so we're pigeon footed. Great, so nice breath in, mini back bend, lifting the sternum up to the sky, and then exhale, swan down. So you're really pulling that sternum forward, maybe the chin pointing forward, taking your time all the way down, as far as you can go. Now engaging the core, give yourself stability, send the crown down towards the ground. Option is to hold the ankles or the sides of the feet and gently assisting the head down. Little yes or no with the head. Let it go. On the next breath, come up about halfway and place both palms down in front of you, slightly, just in front of the face. And then begin to walk to your hand walk to your left foot and send the right hand, grab it around the ankle or wherever you can, the shin, and gently look under your armpits. And nice and slow. Again, if you want to take yourself to the edge and come back and soften. Breathing nice and slow. So one more breath. Gently come up and we'll hand walk round to the right foot now. Left hand threads through. Grab your ankle or your shin and soften and to look under your arm. Breathing nice and slow. So one more breath here. And then begin to walk round to the front of your leg, to the right leg again, pivoting on your feet, framing that front foot, and then sliding into plank. Knees come down, release the toes, send the chest and the chin down, pressing the feet in, inhaling into cobra, exhaling, soften. Pressing into child pose again. It's up to you whether you want to do wide knees or knees together, and gently come down, making a pillow with your 4 hands and resting your forehead on your hands. Just let go here, just breathe nice and slow. Kind of normalise your breath. Lovely, one more breath here. And we come up. Placing the hands down onto tabletop. I'm going to do a pigeon pose here. So just send the hands out a little bit and slide the right knee behind the right hand and assist that foot out a little bit. It does not have to be in a 90-degree angle. You know, it doesn't, I mean, it's just in front of the left hip. So you can stay here if you've got your leg extended, if that's enough for you, or you can come into your zigzag legs. And then we just turn to face the front over the right leg. So an option to extend that back leg out and then come down onto the elbows. It's an option. Just rest the head, or you can cradle the chin with your hands. Or the full option is to come down, make a pillow with your hands and rest the forehead down. So whatever option you choose, you're still getting the same benefits. Remember, it doesn't matter what we look like, it's how we feel. And this is a great hip opener. You've got the compression at the front leg, and you've got opening of the left hip flexor. So let's settle down for a couple more breaths. Let the shoulders go, relax the jaw. And on the next inhale, plant the palms of the hands down. Tuck the back toes under, lift that back knee and slide into plank first and then lower the knees. So send the hands out just a little bit, slide the left knee behind the left hand, assist that foot out a little bit and slide down into pigeon. You've either got an extended leg at the back or it's zigzag. So we've got chest forward first of all, palms down, gently easing into this pose, and then option for elbows, and then forehead to ground. All options, just go where it feels good. And let's rest down into this lovely pose for 3 breaths. Letting go of the shoulders, jaw, relaxing your face. Okay, so palms come down to the mat, chest forward, tuck the back toes, lift that back knee, gaze your core and slide into plank and then down into tabletop and then hand walk towards your knees. Lovely. And then swish the feet round, coming into your seated position. So let's grab the belt, the yoga strap, the cord, and then hook maybe your right foot, whatever foot you like first, and gently come down, holding the strap with your right hand. Now you can keep the left leg bent or fully extend and activate the foot. So activate both feet, bend the leg a little bit and try to find that center. Sometimes you bring it too forward or sometimes it's too far away. Try and find that sweet spot where your leg becomes weightless almost. Lovely. So there's no effort here. Just really find that sweet spot. Now what we want to do is swipe the heel left and right, slowly, really subtly. So what that's doing is the femur bone into the hip socket is doing this motion. So it's just sort of like slight rotation, but really subtle. Because the leg feels weightless, you're moving the bone in the socket, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. Really subtle. You'll find a few little tight spots in there. But if you really think about it, imagine that socket and ball joint just swaying, rotating left and right. Nice. Okay, so let's put the left hand on the left hip if we've got the right leg in the air, or the opposite. Take a nice breath in. And as we exhale, just let that right leg come out to the side, from the outside, the lateral side. Holding onto that strap. If this is as far as you can go, that's fine. Maybe drop the elbow to the ground, relaxing your face and your jaw, and gently opening up the adductors. So really gently breathing. Just go to where it feels good. Don't overstretch. You'll regret it tomorrow. You build up to it, yeah? It's how it feels. It should feel a lovely opening into the hip. So relaxing the body down into the ground. Let's take one more breath here. And then gently assisting that leg up to the top, just for a moment. Swap hands and shimmy over on your left hip. And then we're going to send the leg over the other way this time, towards the left side. So take your time. There's no rush, and don't overstretch. If you want, you can extend the right arm out and take the right ear down towards the ground. Feel that lovely stretch. You'll feel it down the IT band, across the glutes, maybe a little bit into the iliac crest and the lower back. And keep your core slightly engaged. And let the shoulders rest heavy into the ground. And let's soften the face again. Maybe a little smile. And on the next breath, we'll inhale the foot up to the sky, nice and slow. There's no rush. And let's bring the left foot to meet the right. So we've now got hold of the yoga belt with both hands just for a moment. Yeah. And then slowly take the right sole of the foot to the ground. You can leave it there if you like, or slide the foot away, activate the foot, and hold the yoga strap. Right hand and right hip, take a nice breath in, and then find that sweet spot. Exhaling, softening the body, and we'll begin to swipe that heel left and right. Now you really will find a difference. I know I do from one side. I find it a lot easier to take the heel out laterally than to bring it into the middle eye, center line. A little bit of, just gently ease that socket, the ball in the socket, left and right. Hopefully I'm coming through quite clear. It's very subtle. Yeah, well done everyone. Yeah, it looks like we're doing it pretty much like we should be. Lovely. Okay, so then take the grip of the belt with the left hand, right hand on the hip, and let's exhale the left leg out to the left side. Nice and slow. Take it slow. You might want to bend the elbow so it comes to the ground. You don't have to. It sort of gives you that extra sort of structure. And breathe in, into the hip, into the inner thigh. Anchoring the shoulders down. Let's activate both feet, actually. I keep forgetting that. And then just let go, inhaling and exhaling. Really soften. You can bend the leg, you don't have to keep it straight. Sorry, I should have said that a while ago. Go to your edge, come back a bit. It's all good. One more breath. And on the in-breath, begin to lift the leg back up to the center. Lovely. Just take a moment. Swap hands. Shimmy over onto the right hip this time. And gently take the foot over. Now just take your time. Sliding the left arm out maybe. And looking to your left. Just take your time. As I can't begin to repeat myself again and again, but it's not what we look like, it's how we feel. We're trying to get away from this yoga as pretty poses, and it's not about that. It's about how you feel, connecting your mind and your body, being kind to yourself, and benefiting from the science part of yoga. We're squeezing thyroids and doing everything to our organs inside, our blood, our circulation, and of course our muscles and tendons. So it doesn't matter what we look like. And as soon as you soften, you'll find your range increases, you know, even like a little giggle and maybe a smile. You just like, you know, give yourself a break. Lovely. So on the next inhale, lifting the foot up, assisting with the belt, nice and slow, there's no rush. And then taking the right foot to meet the left for a moment, holding the belt with both hands. Send the heels down, bend the legs, nice and slow. And let the soles of the feet come down to the mat, and then take away your belt. Lovely. And then get your blanket and place it over you, or use it as a pillow. But if we can, we're going to come into a nice couple of minutes of Savasana here. So you can keep your knees bent if you like. And finish the way we started. I'm going to keep my knees together. Really cover yourself with the blanket. If you can, keep your arms on the ground and your palms facing up. Again, tuck the chin in ever so slightly. And together, let's take a lovely big breath in. Open the mouth and exhale out. Lovely. So last little fidgets, and then allow yourself 2 minutes of complete stillness. So relax the forehead and the eyelids. The third eye, make sure there's no frown, softening the third eye. And the jaw. And the neck. And the shoulders. And the arms and the hands and the fingers. Relaxing the hips, the pelvis. Relaxing the legs and the feet. With each toe. Just let go. Breathing in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. So turning your attention to your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Allowing your fingers and your toes to move. Maybe your ankles and your wrists. Waking up the body, bringing the knees to the chest very gently. Little self-love hug. Little sway, maybe left and right. And when you're ready, come over to the right side. Curl up into a little ball, resting the head either on your closed palmed hands or a little pillow. And then slowly, maybe with your eyes still closed, come up to a nice comfy seat. Maybe sitting on your cushion, or on your knees, whatever's comfortable. Placing your hands to your heart space. Slowly breathing in and out. And take one final moment to look inside. Be really aware and present. Soft, gentle breathing. Always give yourself thanks for your practice, for showing up and giving yourself time away from the madness. I'm always grateful that you share your practices with me. Let's place our palms together and rest the thumbs at the third eye. Enjoy the rest of the day and have a lovely weekend. Namaste.